their verdict on the IEBC appeal in a fortnight. But however they rule, the matter is likely to head to the Supreme Court due to the competing political interest and the matter at hand. In the meantime, IEBC and NASA lock horns again on Wednesday before High Court Judge George Odunga. The opposition coalition wants the court to nullify the appointment of 290 constituency returning officers and 47 county election managers over what it termed non-involvement of political parties in compliance with the election's general regulations. Francis Gashuri, JKL.
Thank you, Francis. Now on to campaign news, and opposition leader Raila Odinga wants Agriculture CS Willie Bett and Permanent Secretary Richard Lesiampe sacked for allegedly misleading the nation on the maize shortage. Odinga further wants President Kenyatta to intervene and hasten importation of maize from Ethiopia. But as Stephen Leto reports, Bett has dismissed Odinga's claims as baseless.
According to Odinga, the current food situation falls at the doorstep of President Uhuru Kenyatta. As such, it is incumbent upon him to find quick solutions to it.
President Uhuru Kenyatta must immediately get on the earliest flight to Ethiopia to ask his counterpart to sell us maize. It will be cheaper and will get here faster.
Odinga adding that imported maize from Mexico, currently expected in the country, had taken too long and brought in at the whims of private millers. The NASA presidential candidate also insisted that the food shortage was artificial, since the Deputy President William Ruto had last year exuded confidence that the country had enough maize stocks when initial alarm on stockouts was raised.
Wale ambao wanasema ya kwamba hatuna mahindi ya kutosha ni walaghai na ni watu ambao wanataka kutuletea mambo ya zamani ya kujaribu kutafuta njia ya kulete ama kuimport mambo ya mahindi kuje Kenya. Hatuwezi kukubali mahindi ya kutoka nje kwa sababu tuko na mahindi ya kutosha katika taifa letu la Kenya.
Speaking in Kirinyaga County, Mr. Ruto accused millers of acting like cartels, saying the National Cereals and Produce Board stores had 10 million bags of maize.
Odinga is now asking the government to also allow maize imports from Ethiopia by traders, noting that out of the 50,000 metric tons expected from the neighboring country, only half had found way into the market. The rest default in favor of Mexican maize.
Immediately fire the CS and PS of Agriculture and the CS of Devolution and Planning for deliberately misleading Kenyans on the farming situation. 3. Remove the responsibility of importing maize from private millers and entrust it on the Strategic Grain Reserve Fund.
Nothing is far from it. It is a known fact that the hunger situation is a regional matter not confined to Kenya. As at now, Kenya is at a better position in terms of prices that are offering for unga.
But the government says Odinga is being minimal with the truth in his assertions. In a rejoinder, Agriculture CS Willie Bett, one of those who Odinga asked the president to send home for mismanaging the situation, says they were well prepared.
As we speak now, we are offloading 33,000 metric tons. On 15, another ship is docking with 42,000 metric tons. So as we go along now, the situation is normalizing as far as the flow of maize is concerned. And that is why I'm appealing to Kenyans that they have no reason whatsoever to panic buy.
But now assuring the country that the food situation is under control and that maize importation into the country was not a preserve of few individuals or cartels. Stephen Leto for JKL.
Thank you, Stephen. And still on the campaign trail, President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto toured Nyamira, Kakamega and Bungoma counties today, where they sought the support of locals for their re-election. In Nyamira, the president gave 450 million shillings to integrated IDPs, while a section of Western Kenya leaders praised Jubilee for delivering its promise to the region. Jackie Maribe has the details.
Day 2 of the South Nyanza presidential campaign blitz, and the presidency doling out 450 million shillings to the last batch of integrated IDPs in Nyamira County. But even then, his call to the people and to his political competitors: never again should the country face a repeat of poll violence under his watch.
Hatuwezi tena kukubali kama nchi kurudi kwa siasa na maneno ambaye inaweza kulete vurugu katika taifa letu la Kenya. Tuone tena wenzetu wakipoteza maisha, mali yao, au kutoroshwa pahali wanapoishi ati kwa sababu ya siasa.
Politics of development versus politics of division, the president argues, was the difference between his team and their opponents.
Ati mwananchi mwapigia makofi yule ambaye anajua kutusi mwenzake zaidi. Mtu akija na matusi mwambieni nenda na matusi yako. Sisi tuletee yale utatufanyia. Hiyo ndio tuwataka. Au ni namna gani wenzangu?
Kenyatta says the SGR, whose maiden trip he made aboard the Madaraka Express days ago, would pass through South Nyanza and open up economic opportunities for the residents. He would meet and address residents of Ikonge, Ekerenyo, Nyamaya, Nyamira Town, Kimera, Magombo, Rigoma and Nyansiongo before joining his deputy William Ruto in Kakamega County.
Webuye mulembe. Mulibalamu.
Ruto had earlier toured Sirisia, Webuye and Malava before Kenyatta joined him for a tour of Kakamega Wednesday evening.
Tunataka kuendelea kumaliza barabara ambazo tumeanzisha kujenga, ndio wananchi pia wafaidike.
Si wale wameungana pande ile na sisi tumeungana pande hii. Wale ni watu ya story, sisi ni watu ya kazi. Mimi nauliza nyinyi watu wa Bungoma hii, mko tayari hamuko tayari? Tarehe 8 mko tayari hamuko tayari?
The deputy president, who was on the second day of his tour of Western Kenya, saying Jubilee deserves a second term for delivering on its promise to Kenyans. Local concerns on maize flour, Webuye pan paper and Mumias sugar mills coming up. A section of leaders from Western Kenya said their support for Jubilee party was unstoppable.
Tumeamua kwa hiari yetu ya kwamba tunataka kuungana na Uhuru na Ruto kufanya siasa ya kuleta Wakenya wote pamoja kusonga mbele.
Wacha tucheze mpira sawa sawa. Mambo ya rap, mambo ya mawe, mambo ya fimbo waachane nayo. Tukutane kwa kiwanja, tucheze mpira ambao uko sawa sawa, tuwashinde tarehe 8 clean and smart. Namna hiyo.
Hao vijana wawili walimshinda huyu mzee akiwa boss yao, akiwa prime minister. Raila sasa ni raia, umri ndio huo, miaka inaenda. Sasa hivi ndio mzee ataweza hao vijana? Hapana bana, haiwezekani.
The duo take the Jubilee campaigns to Trans Nzoia County Thursday. Never again, that is the presidency's rallying call to the electorate and to their political opponents that this electioneering period and even after the polls, the country should not be plunged into a murky aftermath. Jackie Maribe, Citizen TV, in Nyamira.
All right, thank you, Jackie. In other news, Kenya may have to wait until the next parliament to have representatives in the East Africa Legislative Assembly. Now, this follows the collapse of the process of vetting the nominees in Parliament after a standoff between Jubilee and CORD over the list submitted by the opposition coalition. Hassan Mugambi reports.
Business at the East Africa Legislative Assembly has been crippled by Kenya's failure to submit its list of nominees to the Assembly. This as a result of the tug-of-war involving the process of picking the names of Kenyan representatives, with the opposition coalition insisting on 4 names in the list of nominees instead of 7. On his Twitter handle, Majority Leader Adan Duale Wednesday said the Joint Committee cannot proceed with 4 names, but just to report to the House that the coalition is in defiance. He continues to say this will mean the unfortunate death of the process for now, as the committee can neither vet the nominees nor can the House proceed to vote. The National Assembly facing a dilemma over how to proceed with the matter as key timelines had lapsed. The opposition coalition has lashed out at the Jubilee side for what it terms meddling with its affairs.
huo na msimamo huo. Hatutakubali Jubilee iamulie code ni nani atakwenda katika bunge la IALA. Tumesema wale ndio nominees wetu kama code, tunasahau nominees mpaka dakika ya mwisho.
The standoff surrounding the election of Kenya's representatives to IALA persisted Tuesday after ODM and Wiper failed to submit additional names as resolved by the National Assembly. The two opposition parties resubmitted the names of Abubakar Zain, Judy Pareno, and Ronald Ngeny of ODM, and Kennedy Kalonzo, the son of Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka. These very names that had been contested on the floor of the House a fortnight ago. The regional house will remain grounded as the East African Court of Justice issued an order restraining the assembly from administering the oath of office to nominees from other countries after yet another standoff in South Sudan where President Salva Kiir is accused of submitting different names from those vetted by Parliament. Hassan Mugambi, Citizen TV.
All right, thank you very much, Hassan. That brings us to the end of the news for now. We have business and sports coming up. In the meantime, we've been asking you the question, would you vote for Dr. Alfred Mutua as governor of Machakos County? Simple yes or no. By the way, so far, 46% say yes, 54% say no. Keep voting. SMS number 22422. You can tweet us at Alfred Mutua, at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, hashtag JKLive. You see that? 46% say no. Or yes, 54% no. But you're very confident.
Oh yes, I'm very confident.
People say that you wrote your political obituary the day you quit Wiper and moved to Chap Chap.
No, what I wrote is a new beginning for the people of Ukambani. People who have suffered for many years with empty promises. People who have been told to just sit as a political elite, just get more power and get comfortable.
Hold that thought, okay? Keep tweeting, keep texting. Jeff Koinange Live takes a break, plenty more ahead, including the one-on-one with Machakos Governor, Dr. Alfred Mutua. Take a break, be back in a moment.